No one ever told you this. But the mind that attracts wealth is not the same mind that struggles to pay the bills. They're like two completely different worlds, two operating systems running on opposite codes. And the most dangerous part? You might be trying to create abundance with a mind that only knows how to survive. Have you ever wondered why? Even after all the positive thinking, all the videos, the affirmations, the books, you still feel stuck? Still feel that tightness in your chest when you check your bank account? Still feel like something invisible keeps pulling you back to square one? The answer isn't out there. It lies in the level of consciousness you're operating from. Most people live in a state of chronic lack. It's like trying to light a candle in the middle of a storm. The flame can't survive because the inner environment won't allow it. A mind consumed with debt, overdue bills, and the fear of not having enough can't create. It can only react. Bob Proctor used to say, "Poverty is not the absence of money. It's a state of mind." And that state of mind carries a specific vibration, an energetic signature. You can smile on the outside, post motivational quotes, pretend you're optimistic, but if on the inside you're silently panicking, the universe knows. Your subconscious knows. Your body knows. And it reacts with tension, anxiety, and resistance. And here's the great illusion. Believing the answer is to just work harder, to take on more hours, to cut back even more. That's like trying to fill a bucket full of holes. You pour everything in, but it all leaks out through the unseen cracks in your mindset. This is the trap of scarcity. You do more but achieve less, because you're trying to change the outer world without first transforming your inner one. Now imagine this. Two people, same skills, same education, same family background. One of them thrives. They attract opportunities. They feel at peace with money. The other? Constantly living on the edge. Always struggling, always behind, always stressed. The difference isn't talent. It's not luck. And it's not circumstance. It's the way each of them interprets the world. The way they feel reality. The way they see themselves in life. A fruit-bearing seed will never grow in poisoned soil. No matter how hard it tries, the environment it's planted in shapes its destiny. And for you, that environment is your mind. Do you want abundance? Freedom? To finally breathe without feeling like you're constantly chasing something? Then you have to start changing your inner soil. Cleansing the toxins that have been planted there over years of limiting beliefs like, money is hard to make. You have to suffer to deserve anything. If I have more, someone else will have less. These aren't just thoughts. They're programs running silently in the background of your mind. And as long as they're there, sure, you might make money, but it won't stay. You'll sabotage it because you're trying to live in abundance with a mind wired for lack. Now take a deep breath and just notice this moment. If this is resonating with you, imagine what's coming next. Hit that subscribe button now, because in the next few minutes, you're going to learn why your mind keeps looping the same patterns and how to finally break free. Keep going. The could change everything. Have you ever felt trapped? Even with no chains around you? Like something's holding you back. Even when everything around you says you could go further. Bob Proctor called that a paradigm, and he used to say, until you confront yours, nothing truly changes. The paradigm is a set of beliefs, habits, perceptions, and automatic reactions that control 95% of your life. It's like an invisible code, running behind the scenes, guiding your thoughts, your actions, and, most importantly, your financial decisions. You didn't choose this program. It was installed by your parents, by your teachers, by the media, by a society that kept saying, be careful with money. Only the lucky ones get rich. Just be grateful for what you have. Don't dream too big. And you believed it. The child in you believed it. And that child is still in there, still reacting out of fear, still sabotaging every new step forward, still making excuses dressed up as being careful. Now listen to this with an open heart. Your current paradigm was never designed to create abundance. It was designed to keep you exactly where you are. It was programmed for continuity, for safety, for familiarity, even if that familiarity means debt, stress, and frustration. That's why you can take all the courses, listen to all the audios, write down all the goals, and still feel like nothing really changes. Because your paradigm doesn't match what you want. You say you want wealth, but your actions reflect someone just trying to survive. You say you want freedom, but your decisions are driven by fear. That is the conflict. It's like hitting the gas with one foot while pressing the brake with the other. Now, close your eyes for a moment, take a breath, and ask yourself, what's my current financial paradigm? Do you spend money to feel better, or invest it to grow? Do you think about multiplying money, or just making it to the end of the month? Do you say, I can, or I have to? A scarcity mindset lives in have to. I have to pay. I have to fix this. I have to hustle. But a prosperity mindset lives in choice. I choose to invest. I choose to grow. I choose to prosper. That's a shift in consciousness. And here's a hard truth most people are afraid to face. As long as your paradigm is based on scarcity, your reality will be limited to survival. You can earn more and still feel broke. You can switch jobs and still fear the end of the month. You might even attract money, but it slips away because your self-image still sees you as someone who can't hold on to wealth. Bob Proctor used to say, the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the paradigm that keeps you stuck in the life you're settling for. And paradigms don't change through willpower. They change through reprogramming, through awareness, through repetition, through a new story told to your mind every single day. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how you've been using your mind to create the wrong reality, and more importantly, how to change that for good. If something inside you is lighting up right now, keep going, because the breakthrough is just ahead. Have you ever asked yourself why, even though you don't want to, you keep attracting the same problems, the same blocks, the same financial struggle, disguised as a normal life? The answer is simple, but it's not comfortable. You're creating the wrong reality. And before you say, but I would never choose this life for myself, understand this. You may not be choosing it consciously, but your subconscious mind is. Every single day, it controls 95% of your decisions, and it operates based on a program that was installed without your permission. Here's the truth. Your subconscious isn't logical. It's automatic. It doesn't ask questions. It simply runs whatever has been repeated enough times to become a pattern. For years, you've heard phrases like, money doesn't grow on trees. Rich people are just lucky. It's better to have little and live in peace. Then your mind created a simple equation. Money equals effort plus risk plus pain. And everything in you starts working to protect you, avoiding risk, sabotaging opportunity, running from bigger gains. Or worse, you attract money, but spend it all, as if trying to relieve the guilt of having more than you believe you deserve. Bob Proctor once said something that hits straight to the soul. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. You can want wealth, but if deep down you still feel small, guilty, unworthy, or unsure, that's what you'll manifest. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're still operating on the wrong program. Imagine your mind as a projector. Everything you see in your external reality is just a reflection of what's playing inside. Change the inner film, and the outer picture changes too. But here's what most people do. They try to change the screen, the outside world. They try to make more money. They try switching jobs. They try cutting expenses. But they keep projecting the same inner film, the same pattern of fear, of not enough, of I don't deserve it. Now, really pay attention to this. You're creating your reality in one of two ways, by reaction or by intention. Creating by reaction means living on autopilot. It's waking up and simply responding to life, to problems, to bills, to whatever feels urgent. It's like living as a firefighter, constantly putting out flames. But creating by intention? That's different. It's waking up and choosing what you're going to feel, what you're going to vibrate, what you're going to visualize. It's using your mind as a conscious tool for manifestation. And that changes everything. So here's a simple, but powerful exercise. Tonight, before you go to sleep, grab a piece of paper and write, what is my current financial reality? Be brutally honest. What does this reveal about the state of my mind? No judgment. Just observe. What is the reality I want to create? Write it out in detail, with emotion, as if it's already real. This exercise may seem simple, but it sparks one of the most powerful processes there is: conscious self-observation. Because when you look at yourself without lies, you break free from the programming, and for the first time, you start creating with intention. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why the mind that attracts wealth vibrates on a completely different frequency, and how you can tap into it. Close your eyes for a moment. Now imagine two radio stations playing at the same time. One is broadcasting fear, doubt, and scarcity. The other, confidence, worthiness, and a clear vision of the future. You can only tune into one at a time. And here's what most people never realize. Your life is simply echoing the frequency your mind is tuned into. Wealth isn't just about action. It's not just about decisions. It's about vibration. And that's something Bob Proctor understood better than almost anyone. Abundance is the natural result of a mind in harmony with it. What does that mean? It means money doesn't come to those who are desperate for it. Money comes to those who are aligned with it. To those who feel money as something natural, an extension of who they are. But if you see money as something far away, if every dollar received comes with tension, if your vibration is fear of lack instead of joy of expansion, then, without even realizing it, you're pushing away the very thing you say you want. Let's be direct. The mind that attracts wealth is not the same mind that lives in survival mode. One operates from faith, the other from fear. One feels worthy, the other feels guilty for wanting more. One trusts the unseen, the other clings to what's visible, even when what's visible is falling apart. And here's the key. You can't manifest abundance with a contracted heart. You can't create extraordinary results with a tense body, an anxious mind, and shallow breath. Because the frequency that sustains wealth is the frequency of openness, relaxation, and deservedness. Pause right now and feel your body. Is it tense? Is your chest tight? Do you feel fear when you think about money? That's a signal. Your body is informing your mind, and your mind is generating a frequency. That frequency is broadcasting a signal, and that signal attracts experiences that match it. Can you see now how everything is connected? You don't just need to think like a millionaire. You need to feel like one. Walk, breathe, speak, decide, as someone who already has. Because the mind that creates wealth lives as if it's already real. Bob Proctor used a powerful technique every single day. He would visualize his ideal life, as if he were already living it, not with anxiety, but with gratitude. He felt it, and that feeling aligned his frequency. You can start right now. Stop for a minute. Close your eyes. Visualize your bank account full. Feel the relief. Feel the joy. Imagine your body relaxed, your mind light. Notice what you're wearing, how you walk, what you say. Be that prosperous you, even if only for a few seconds. Because every time you align with that inner image, you send out a new signal, and everything around you begins to reorganize itself. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to turn that vibration into a lifestyle, and how to dissolve the fear of having money without feeling like an imposter. If this is resonating with you, keep going. You're getting closer to a new identity. Have you ever felt uneasy receiving money? Maybe you get an unexpected bonus and immediately think, do I really deserve this? Will it last? What did I do to deserve so much? That doubt, that tightness in your chest, that's your paradigm reacting. Because a mind used to scarcity doesn't know what to do with abundance. It doubts. It resists. It even rejects. And if you've ever felt this way, know this. You're not alone. Thousands live this silent conflict. They want to prosper, but fear what comes with it. fear of judgment, fear of loss, fear of not being able to sustain success. This is the well-known financial imposter syndrome. You want the money, but you don't feel good enough to have it. Here's a deep truth. Money isn't a reward. It's a consequence. It doesn't measure your worth as a human being, but it reflects how willing you are to receive. And to receive more, you have to heal the way you feel about money. Do you feel guilty for wanting more? Do you believe that having money means being selfish? Do you secretly think you're not worthy of wealth? Those feelings aren't truly yours. They were planted by stories, by culture, by people who also didn't know how to handle money. But here's a fresh perspective. Money is energy. It has no morality. It simply amplifies who you already are. If you're generous, money lets you multiply that. If you have purpose, money gives you reach. If you want to help, money provides the tools. Now listen closely. You don't need to become someone else to be rich. You need to be more yourself. Without fear, without shame, without that shell of just trying to get by. You were born with a right to abundance. It's part of your essence. Nature is abundant. The universe is abundant. And you are a part of that. Bob Proctor used to say, "There is no virtue in scarcity. There is no nobility in poverty. There is wisdom in expansion." Now, let's make a small shift in your frequency, a simple but powerful exercise. Affirmations to dissolve guilt. Repeat these mentally, allowing the words to sink deep into your subconscious mind. I am worthy of receiving. I can prosper without guilt. Money amplifies my purpose. The more I receive, the more I can contribute. I release all fear around abundance. Do this for 21 days. Every single day. Preferably before you go to sleep. Because it's in that space between waking and sleeping that your mind is most open to change. And remember this. You don't need anyone's permission to be prosperous. You just need to decide. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how to lock in this new vibration with a daily ritual, so that this energy isn't just a one-time thing, but a constant flow. If this is resonating with you, keep going. What comes next is real transformation. Imagine a bridge. On one side is your current self. Worried, tired, limited, stuck on autopilot. On the other side is your abundant self. Light, confident, creative, aligned with the flow of life. This bridge exists, and you can cross it, but it's not made of physical steps. It's built with mental rituals. Small acts, repeated with intention, that reprogram your vibration. Bob Proctor often said the secret lies in the invisible routine. It's not what you do once in a while that changes your life. It's what you do every single day, even when no one's watching. So here's a ritual you can start tonight. A gateway from your scarcity mindset to your abundance mindset. Nightly reprogramming ritual. Before you go to sleep, turn off the lights. Quiet your surroundings. Disconnect from your phone. Lie down with the intention to connect to your deepest mind. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. Feel your body relax. Feel the tension dissolve, like your whole system is rebooting. Now visualize waking up in a new home, not because you escaped your current one, but because you've grown into it. You look in the mirror and see someone prosperous, calm, and whole. Someone who doesn't have to rush, because everything flows effortlessly. See your bank account. See the numbers. See messages from new clients, projects, invitations, opportunities. Feel it. This is the secret. Feel it as if it's already real. Now, mentally repeat. I am transitioning to my most prosperous self. I release scarcity with love. I open myself to receive with ease. Every day, my vibration aligns more with abundance. Stay in this state until you fall asleep. Your brain will enter theta waves, and your subconscious mind will absorb every word as a new code. And if you repeat this for 21 days, something inside you begins to shift, quietly, but permanently. Because at the end of the day, it's not about fighting for wealth. It's about becoming someone who's no longer at war with it. A scarcity mind falls asleep in alert mode. An abundant mind falls asleep in trust. And it all begins right now. In this moment when you choose what you're going to vibrate as your head touches the pillow. In the next few minutes, we're going to bring everything together with the most important step of all, stepping into a new identity. The version of you that doesn't just think differently, but is different. If this ritual stirred something in your soul, keep going. The final chapter is where the key finally turns. Have you ever noticed that everything you experience is a reflection of how you see yourself? You can try to change habits. You can make lists, set goals, plan your future. But if deep down, you still see yourself as someone who struggles, someone who survives, but doesn't thrive, that will remain your reality. Bob Proctor used to say this like a mantra: you will never outperform your self-image. Think about that. You only earn what you believe you deserve. You only hold on to what you believe you're capable of sustaining. You only live what you're willing to accept as your new truth. That's why all change begins with identity. You need to step into, right now, not tomorrow, a new mental image of who you are. This isn't about pretending. This isn't about faking it. This is about accessing your deepest truth, the one that's been buried under years of fear, scarcity, and conditioning. The truth that you were born to be prosperous. You, and only you, are responsible for holding this new identity. No one can do it for you. And that requires a decision that is intense, internal, unshakable. So now, in this very moment, ask yourself, honestly, what image of myself am I carrying? The image of someone who's always trying but never quite gets there? Someone waiting for a miracle but still feels too small to be chosen? Or the image of someone who is ready, who already vibrates at the level of what they desire? Someone who doesn't just dream, but decides? This new identity isn't just a nice thought. It has to be felt, embodied in every gesture. When you wake up, do you act like someone afraid of losing? Or like someone who knows they can always create more? When you talk about money, does your voice shake with shame? Or resonate with a deep awareness of your value? When you look in the mirror, do you see someone who's trying? Or someone who's ready? The mind that creates abundance isn't just a positive thinker. It's a complete identity. It's a new internal structure. It's you giving yourself permission to be great, to be worthy, to become a channel for prosperity, not just for yourself, but for everything you touch. Bob used to say, you can be, do, and have anything you want if you're willing to change your self-image. So here's the final exercise. Write it down. Don't just think it, write it. Who are you now? Describe it in detail. Your behavior, your mindset, your routine, your decisions, your emotions. Describe this new you so clearly, so powerfully, that your old version no longer has any control over you. You're not becoming. You already are. The only thing that was missing was you remembering. Now, if at any point during this journey, you felt something shift inside you, if one thought changed, if a new sensation touched your body, then this video served its purpose. But this is just the beginning. Drop a comment below. I was born to be rich. If you're committed to this new identity, and if any part of this resonated with you, imagine what's coming next. Hit subscribe now. This channel is going to be your new source of power, because here, we don't survive, we manifest.